for Lashes is the working name of Natasha Khan, who is an English singer-songwriter and multi-instrumentalist of mixed English and Pakistani parentage. She comes from a family of many squash players. She released her first album in 2006 and her sixth in 2024. Hi, my name is Dan. So this is the third album by Bat for Lashes. It's my first time listening to it. I've heard of her, and I must have heard some of her tracks. She was very much celebrated on Radio 2, especially by Joe Wiley for a few years. And I would describe this as being art pop. Um, but that's quite a broad description, I think. So it's musically, it's very varied. There's some quite unusual sounds being used. A lot of the time, it reminded me of Kate Bush. Well, actually, kind of one part Kate Bush and one part Bjork. One track it reminded me of the Gautier track, as somebody I used to know, which was a huge hit worldwide. Some tracks are quite slow and atmospheric, some are more rhythmic and spiky. Sometimes it's quite influenced by electronic, and sometimes it's more acoustic. And it's got this singer-songwriter thing of basically just using whatever you feel like. But it is kind of a couple of steps off what you might think of as the normal path of music in a good way. She's got a nice voice, strong and strident. Again, I'm reminded of Kate Bush, less so of Bjork. She's got a nice range. She can get quite high, and she's got quite an effective and emotive delivery. So I really enjoyed it. It's accessible enough to be radio friendly, but it's unusual enough to attract attention. And I felt it had some great sounds. It had some interesting songs. It had a somewhat unusual approach, and so it kind of made me sit up and listen, which is given the kind of rate of things that I'm going through with these reviews, that's a relatively rare thing. I go, oh yeah, I really quite like this. So I do. I really quite like this. But I don't have any more to say. So at this point, I'm going to invite you to tell me what you think of this album. So please do by leaving me a comment in the comments box. And that's it from me for now.
You say that they've all left you behind. Your heart broke when the party died. Drape your arms around